Hi again, everyone. This recording is going to be about the finances and how we handle clients' money, and therefore it's going to be about Guardien Group's ledgers and receipts process. So again, we'll use Currimundi House as our example. So you'll open up your My Drive, you'll go to the house file, whatever house you're in. Again, all of the files are set up exactly the same. So you will go to, we'll use the client's financials or finances for the moment, and then we will talk about household finances as well. Just on that, at the moment at Bella Vista House, there are no household files or funding, or it's set up that each of the individuals living in that house are just managing their own finances. So for Bella Vista House, you will only have each client's personal finances to manage, independent of each other. But for Currimundi House, there will be separate. There'll be a household funding and then also a client funding as well. And hopefully, eventually, we will move into that same system in Bella Vista. So to access the financial folders, you'll go to the clients. Then you'll go to whatever client you are managing or supporting at that time. You'll then scroll down to financial. Double click on that. Then you're going to go into the ledgers section. So you'll double click on that. Now our ledgers are always going to be filed as per financial years. So at the moment we are 2019-2020. We'll get rid of that one. Just double click on that. And at the moment we are in the first quarter. So all the ledgers are done in a quarter. So for June, July, August, I think it's, June, July, August, you'll be in the first quarter. Okay, then once you press on that, the file will open up itself. Now, just get away. It'll always come up on what we call the quarter balance page. For now, I don't want you to worry about this page. What you do need to know though, and the most important rule with dealing with the ledgers, is if there is a coloured box, the red or the pink, you do not touch that. So you do not adjust any figures that are in a coloured box. Okay, but for now we're not going to worry about the balance page. If we go to month one, okay, we can't actually call them July, August, September, because then all the figures won't match up. It's just a flaw in the system. So month one is going to be July 2019. So I'm going to show you exactly how we use this. So we're going to enter in today's date, or today is the 17th. We'll just enter in the date. And the first thing we're going to do, because there's no money in this account yet, is we're going to enter whatever cash the client currently has in the home. So let's just say that this particular client has $52. We're going to say money in. So we're registering that the money is coming into the ledger. So money in, the income into the income. So this one here, so this column here is the receipt number. Now there's no receipt for when we enter money in. If we do go to the bank, however, and we take money out of the bank and we're entering money into the ledger via withdrawal from the bank, we can actually put in there the receipt that we get from the bank teller. So that would be useful. But in this circumstances, for the first time, there will be no receipt. Then we're going to add in the income. So we're entering in that this particular client has $52. So you'll just press 52 and then you'll navigate off that cell and it automatically will come over here into the balance. So all you have to do is enter the figures, then the balance will be added itself. So then let's just say tomorrow, it's 18th of the 7th, this particular client, he's going swimming. So you'll say entry, the description is entry to the pool. You'll have a receipt for that one. So the receipt number is going to be number 1, and we number the receipts in order. Then you're going to come over here. So in each section in this area, this is where we itemize what budget category this description or entry into the ledger is coming from. So if the person's getting a haircut, then you'll enter it into this section here. If the person is with a family member and they've spent money or they've purchased a gift for a family member or a friend, then that would be in this section. In the household expenses, if someone is contributing to household costs or is purchasing or made purchase for a household item, then that would go into that section. This is the most common one, which is general spending and activities. And this is where, entry to the pool, if someone goes out for a coffee or has lunch, just general spending will be in this section here. The medication section, that is obviously for costs for the chemists. Transport cost, this is where you'll add the transport cost here. Clothing and any miscellaneous things that don't have a category, that's where you'll enter into this column. Okay, so back to tomorrow's entry into the pool. So you've got the date, the description, the receipt number is going to be number 1, and then you're going to scroll over to the general spending and activity, and you're going to put in that the entry to the pool costs $4.50. Okay, it automatically adds up over on the balance page, and that's all you'll need to do. What you'll need to do then, however, is then number the receipt. So on the receipt, you'll put a number 1, and then you'll circle it, and then you will also put on the back of the receipt, you're going to put the staff's initial. So that way that if we have any problems or questions about the receipt, we then can go back to the staff member who supported the person to make that purchase. Okay. I forgot to mention on the front receipt where you put the number 1 or the number of the receipt, you're also going to put the initials of the client. We found that to be useful as well when we're going through the receipts. We've noticed that quite often the receipts get put into the wrong place, and sometimes receipts between different clients get mixed up. So we found if you have the receipt number plus the client's initial on the front of the receipt, and of the back of the receipt, you're going to have the staff initial as well. That way we're covering all our bases to know exactly who that receipt belongs to and the person who supported the client to make that purchase. Okay, so we're going to go through that again because I'm aware that that's a lot of information. So let's say on the 18th of the 7th, 19, that person also purchased a coffee. So we'll say a coffee from McDonald's. Oh, sorry about my typing there. The receipt number, so you'd have to fix that up, of course. So you put McDonald's, okay. The receipt number for this is now 2. And then it would be under general spending again. And let's say that the coffee costs $3.80. Enter that in. And then scroll off that cell, and it will automatically transfer the figures of the running balance. Okay, so now you're going to mark the receipt. So the receipt needs to have the number 2 in a circle. Then you're going to put the client's initials on the front of the receipt. Then you're going to flip the receipt over and going to put the initials of the support worker, yourself, who supported the client to do that. Okay, some other entries. So let's say you've got some money from the bank. Again, you'd put in the date, money from bank. The difference with this one is that you'd put in the income column. Okay, so it's all pretty user-friendly. Then what happens at the end of the month, the coordinator comes through, will collect your receipts, and we will then check the receipts against the ledger to make sure that everything is accounted for. We will also go through each receipt individually and make sure that the items purchased on the receipt are for the purpose of the client and not for the purpose of the support worker. Once they do that, for each receipt, the coordinator will sign their initial, and then that suggests that that receipt and that purchase has been signed off and that that's okay. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. If it's not okay, it will be highlighted. So it would look like this, and it would say some comments. So need to speak with staff on duty. And then the coordinator will follow up and ask questions about the purchase and then investigate that more thoroughly. Okay. So I'm going to clear all of this because I don't want this particular client's details being incorrect. So once you've done that, in each house there is going to be pencil cases for each client, and there's also a pencil case for the household. Now the pencil cases are designed for a particular purpose. In the large section, the back section, that's where we're going to keep the client's cash. That will of course be stored in a locked file. Okay. In the front section, the front zipper, that's where we're going to keep our receipts. So once you've numbered the receipts and initialed it, you're then going to place the receipt into the front zipper of that client's financial pencil case. Now, at the end of the week, or at a time that suits the house, so at Currimundi it can be on a daily basis, but at Bella Vista I would probably say the best day for us to do this part of the financial recording would be on a Wednesday, when only one client is at home. So we need to go back to the financial folder. Okay, so this is the financial folder, and this time we need to go to the receipts section. So just double click on the receipts, and then we need to go and find the month aligned to that client. So this month is July. Okay, and then there is a file with a week ending of each week. So at the end, or that week, whatever day we do it, we need to scan and upload the receipts to each week ending file. Okay, so that is going to be the responsibility of the person on shift on the particular day that it suits each house. So on that day, they will scan and upload the receipts from each client and the household file. They will scan them and then save the file into these documents. All right, now I'm going to show you what that looks like from one of our other houses. Bear with me for a second. So as you can see, everyone's set up exactly the same. If you go down to financial, receipts, and we'll just pull up July's receipts. And I'll just pull up one of them so that you can see. And you're going to see that this person's receipts has been scanned and uploaded onto each of these week ending sections. So a part of the coordinator's role is looking at the ledger. We'll then look at the receipts to match the ledger, and we'll go through them one by one to make sure that the receipts correspond correctly with the description on the ledger and that all the finances have been appropriately used. Okay. If I'm sure there's going to be many questions about how you use this system, and I can appreciate that it's new, and with everything new that it's scary. So like I have mentioned in our team meetings, I'm going to set up with Butternut House that they're going to be your buddy house. They are available via phone. Someone is on shift 24 hours a day. So I'll send a separate email with their phone numbers, their email address, and also a mobile number. And I I urge you to call them and hound them about questions regarding using the systems. That Butternut House is our first house that was established, and the staff members there helped design these systems, so they know exactly what to do, and any troubleshooting issues that you have, they will be able to help you with. Okay, I'm hoping that by next week this will be up and running, and we can start sharing these details with the families so they can have access to these details as well. And this provides more transparency for our families and hopefully brings them a little bit of comfort to know exactly where their people's money is being used. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you very much for your time.